And good morning, everybody. I'm Frank Spillers with Rural Community Solutions, where we help you create family-friendly, youth-centered places that attract people. It attracts the people that you want to attract. And so to do that, you really need to go through a process to identify who you want. What are their capabilities? What are their characteristics? Who are they? What do they drive? What do they live in? How much money do they want to make? All those things is called the tapestry, and that helps you decide who you want to have live in your community. And so today I'm going to continue my talk on why your community needs a coach. Now, here at Rural Community Solutions, we travel all over this country working with small rural communities that might need a little extra effort. They need some cheering on, because when you look around in your community, sometimes your community can get a little negative. And if you just kind of wallow in that negativity, it's like in your family or it's like in your head. If you wallow in that negativity all the time, you're going to be drugged down to the dirt. That's that's easier said than done. Trust me, I'm right there. So once you have a community coach, somebody from the outside, it really takes somebody from the outside, and we do that. We come in and we look at your community. We can be completely objective on it. We don't get caught up in the good old boys, but we help identify, who your leaders are. We help you create new leadership. We help you create youth involvement. We help you create an engaged community that you can get the marginalized groups together to work towards building your community. That's why you need a community coach. We have systems in place that will help you design a family-friendly, youth-centered place that's going to attract more of the people. Some of the communities that we're studying, and we partner with Don Mackey and Network Kansas at E2 as part of a team that Don has been working with one community in Ord, Nebraska for a long, long time. I more than 20 years, could be 40, but more than 20 years. And studying Ord and working with them. And now they're writing a book about the process. But Ord now has turned around their attitude, turned around their leadership, turned around their community, that they're attracting their biggest cohort of demographic that they are attracting is the 35 to 40-year-olds. And so when you attract those 35 to 40-year-olds, you are bringing families. You're bringing families back. They are also attracting entrepreneurs, people that want to own their own business. When you create that environment and you initially create that environment that's going to attract people, that's what you want, is that type of environment. So when we come into your community, we sit down with you and we find out exactly what you're looking for, how we can do that. And not your end result that you want, but what are you really looking for? And then why are you looking for it? If you don't know why you're doing something, if you don't know why you want your community grown, we help you identify that also. We make you think about those types of things. And then we come in and we interview your people. I mean, what's perception of your community? What is that? What do we see from an outsider's point of view? What do we see as a visitor about your community that maybe you've been sweeping under the rug for quite a while? And once that gets done, we start to talk about it. We start to uncover some of those things, and we have the processes and the systems that we can take to put into place that will help you get through that. So community coaches, our community coach process will help you build those relationships. We use our 4 pillars of community prosperity as we coach you through our systems that will help you build an entrepreneurial economy. And so those pillars are relationships, engagement, entrepreneurship, and collaboration. And we look at how those pillars are going to provide that foundation that will support an entrepreneurial economy. It's also going to build trust. It'll build great policy, and it'll build unity around your region, amongst your communities and your commuting pattern. That's what our coaching system will do. Now, a community coach, if you think about it, a long-term, it's a long-term process, because when a coach coaches a team, all right, you want to give that coach time to organize the team, to recruit new members, to find people and look at their passions and look at their skills and abilities, to put them in exactly the right place where they can prosper, where they can just shine and have that passion and really do that good work. And as the coach helps you put and position the team, then we can start to play the game. We can start to practice those processes, change those habits, change the environment that's going to put that into place, that will start to then build a winning system, a winning organization. And that's where your community really needs to go, is how do you create that winning organization that's going to attract people? It's going to increase your stadium, so to speak. It's going to increase your talent pool that you have. It will increase what you have as a viable community. It will increase your worth as a viable community. That's what an athletic coach does. That's what professional teams look for in that coach. But they don't just give them 1 year. They don't give them 2 years. They look out at least 5 years. They want to see how that coach can do to change that culture. And when you're changing a culture, when you are building on a culture, it is a very long-term process, but it takes about 5 years. Now, when the Cubs, back when they were well, this was about, I suppose, 10 years ago, because I can't remember the year they won the World Series, but 5 years prior to that, they brought in a new marketing guy. They brought in a new organizational person. I believe from the Boston Red Sox. They brought him in, and they said, "How can you build a winning team? How can you do this?" And he started to build the players. He started to get people into the team. And then within that 5-year period, he changed the culture of the internal team. He changed the mindset from we're an okay organization to we're a championship team. Now, does your community walk around going and believing that we are a championship team? If not, that's where a coach can come in. And so as a community coach, we can help you create a championship attitude and a championship team. But it takes you to have that long-term commitment to stay with the coach. All right. And so that's where that long-term commitment comes. And commitment from a team is, we're going to do whatever it takes. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do whatever it takes. That's the commitment. We're going to do whatever it takes to become a championship team. We're going to trust the coach. And the coach is going to trust the team, that will take suggestions, that will look around. Now, we don't come in and order things around. We come in and we work with you, make suggestions, but work with you on how you see it. How do you see it? We might point out some other things that you might not see over the course, but we can see things a little bit differently as we come in from the outside. We can provide resources because we work nationally. We work internationally. We have international resources that we can pull from that will help you become your best. That's why you need a community coach. So if you're looking of how to do community coaching, if you're looking for a good community coach, you can give us an email at frank@ghorizons.com or kim@ghorizons.com, and we'll start the conversation about how and why you need that community coach. Now, I want to talk to you about another thing that we're doing also here at Global Horizons. We are promoting people getting vaccinated because we want to get back out on the road. And we can't do that until things start to open up. Now, things are opening up because we are reaching a point to where people are getting vaccinated. But we have a campaign. Rural Community Solutions has a campaign that says it's as simple as black and white. You're either vaccinated or you're not. But what we're doing is we're offering you to buy some merchandise called Ask Me. It's an Ask Me, ASKME, Ask Me campaign. That means that you are wearing the term Ask Me on some apparel, and I'll show you some of the things that you can do, or on your phone, on a visor, on a hat, on a bag that you carry into the grocery store. You are asking people or giving them permission to have people ask you about, are you vaccinated? And you show them your card. You show them the proof. Because right now, people could not be vaccinated and they don't wear a mask. You don't know who is and who isn't. So there is still some uncertainty out there of who can spread the COVID-19 virus. There is still some uncertainty out there. You might be vaccinated. We want to go into restaurants. We want to kind of get back to, I'm not saying we're getting back to normal because we'll never be back to normal, but we want to get around humans again and we want to move there. And communities need our help and we have to get out into the community. And the quicker that we can become vaccinated, the quicker that we can find out how that is, and who is vaccinated and who isn't, the quicker we can do that, the quicker we can start to get back into the flow of life around humans. And so we have started this Ask Me campaign to where if you choose some of our merchandise, and let me show you some of our merchandise here, you can go to our website at ruralcommunitysolutions.com/ask me. It's right here on the screen. -1. You can find a lot of our merchandise. There's phone cases for both the Samsung and the iPhone case. There are hats. There are tote bags that you can take to the grocery store. There's hats for women, hats for men. There's athletic wear that when you wear it to the gym, you are saying, ask me that I am vaccinated. There are visors there. There are other items that we can purchase, that we can get, that if you want, you can call us, you can tell us what kind of item you want, and we'll check to see if from our supplier, we can put Ask Me on it. So all you have to do is ask me, and we'll see what we can do. Now, the benefit about Ask Me is that we're taking a portion of our profits out of this campaign, and we are putting it towards a foundation, a scholarship fund, a legacy fund from a good friend of ours that passed away a while ago, Taylor Willingham. Taylor was a remarkable person that promoted civic democracy. In other words, civil democracy. How do we build civility? And we worked with Taylor quite closely on a lot of projects here in Iowa. She worked with the LBJ Museum down in Austin, Texas, on creating libraries that can go out and host civil dialogues. And so she was a big promoter of how do we use libraries to host forums and to host community dialogues on very wicked issues. And then so that we use our libraries a lot when we start talking about democracy and we start talking about civility, of how do we build that across this country. And so we are giving back a portion because the COVID-19 has really started a divisive atmosphere in this country. It hasn't started, it has continued, it has grown through a divisive atmosphere in this country. And we found and thought there is no better way to help address this type of wicked issue through the vaccine than giving a portion of our Ask Me campaign profits and funds back to building civic democracy and giving scholarships through the Taylor Willingham Legacy Foundation and the fund. And so a portion of your purchase will go towards the Taylor Willingham Legacy Fund at the National Issues Forum, and to help people put on forums across this country to help people learn about civic democracy so we can start building civility back into democracy. So if you're interested, go to ruralcommunitysolutions.com /ask me -1. It's our Ask Me campaign about if you're vaccinated or if you're not. I hope that you got a lot out of this, of community coaching, our campaign to help build the system, to help build people back into how we can get back into connecting with humans again, connecting with our families again on a safe note. That's all it's about, is building civility. How do we do this in a civil manner? So if you want to know more, if you need some help, give me a call. You can comment on this video, comment on our Facebook page at Rural Community Solutions Facebook page, or mine at Frank Spiller's Facebook page. Send me a message. You can direct message me. We'd love to hear from you. We want to hear from how your community is doing. Go to our webpage, get some merchandise. Let's start this campaign rolling so we can start building civic democracy back in this country. I'm Frank Spillers. I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Have a great time. Bye-bye. Be safe.